Well, I like the double headbands. Maybe he's going to give double the effort tonight. I think it's all going to depend on how his movement is with his ankle as he takes one of the headbands away and gives it to a young kid in the front row.
Pistons are 5-0 here at the Palace in postseason, and they have won by an average of 18 points. Dan Crawford, Ken Maurer, Jim Clark are the officials, and this Game 5 is underway. And Flip Murray goes up, and goaltending is called on the first play of the game. Picked up by Gooden. Tipped away. Recovered by Tayshaun Prince. Blocked by Ilgauskas. 3-on-1 break for Cleveland. Murray misses the layup. Can't squander too many of those opportunities.
And those are the opportunity breaks that Cleveland has to have. Stifling defense, have breaks, swing the ball side to side. You have to make this Pistons team defend from side to side.
Rip Hamilton and Tayshaun Prince both guarding LeBron James, who hits the outside shot.
Has elected to see that the Pistons are going to switch that pick and roll. They're going to have to be aggressive, LeBron and the rest of them, especially when their big switch out on them.
Tayshaun Prince inside, scoring against LeBron James.
He feels that's one of the advantages that Cleveland has is attacking the offensive glass.
Hamilton picked up by Gooden, and then Ilgauskas on the switch. The double team leaves Ben Wallace, of all people, free. Ben Wallace scored only 1 point in the last game.
Well, when Ilgauskas comes over to rotate and help, someone, a guard preferably, has to drop down and take Ben Wallace's man off or away from the basket.
When the Pistons dominated the first 2 games, they did not help out defensively, and here is...
Well, it is evidenced by an early block early in the game. He's not going to let his offense dictate, and another block right there.
Hamilton picked up by Rasheed Wallace.
Drew Gooden, he needs to, if you got him up in the air, pass the basketball.
And there is the pick and roll, and off the hands of Rasheed Wallace, and another 2-on-1 break, but this time James misses the slam. So 2 fast break advantages, and the Cavaliers mess up both of them. The feed inside to Wallace, and the ball knocked out of bounds. So 2 fast breaks for the Cavaliers, the last one by LeBron.
Well, he was saying he got hit on the wrist and there was no one there. What I liked when he got the ball initially, I would have wished he would have.
Cavaliers, 25% shooting. Getting inside is Murray, and he misses it.
Another misses layup. Opportunities.
And Prince inside, puts it through. Cavaliers struggling big time, only down by 3, but have hit 3 of 14. Ilgauskas leaning in and gets the basket. Rasheed guarded by Donyell Marshall on a clear out. And once again, Ben Wallace getting opportunities but not converting the tip in. Here comes Snow inside. Snow misses, and it's tipped in by LeBron James.
Offensively, you can get it done defensively.
Anderson Vedejao, and we'll talk about the myriad pronunciations of his name as LeBron James hits the outside shot. Marshall, and Damon Jones is in the game. LeBron with a delay, and the foul is called. And
into it, and sometimes you brunt the bear of that with your turnovers. But he's trying to get his teammates involved.
8 points for LeBron, and here is Rasheed banking it in. We approach 2 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. James with his second air ball from the perimeter.
He's pressing a little bit. He's pressing.
Lindsey Hunter in the game at point guard, and we're going to see Antonio McDyess momentarily. Ben Wallace against Donyell Marshall. So Ben Wallace with Pistons by 1 in a seesaw first quarter, under a minute and a half left. Vedejao knocks it away, and here is LeBron, and he does not make a mistake on the slam on that fast break. 10 points already for James.
Would have took my hat off to him.
McDyess leaves it out for Hunter. McDyess getting the offensive board. Under a minute. And Ben Wallace.
Afterburners right here, and the lead pass by Flip out there to. Look at Ben Wallace right here. Knows he has a little guy on him. Spins baseline there by Antonio McDowell. No call.
And LeBron James passing into Vedejao, and a foul by Ben Wallace, his second, and hitting Vedejao in the mouth. 6 out of 7 from the line. LeBron James getting the breather before the time at the end of the first quarter as Hamilton goes up and the basket counts and the foul. So we haven't heard from him. Tell you, the Cavaliers are beating the Pistons to the ball, and Vedejao going in. Good block by McDyess. Antonio McDyess with a big defensive play.
Boy, Vedejao is being very aggressive offensively. He's getting to the hoop every time.
Hamilton going in, another basket and another chance for the three-point play.
Although it's early and he's not being aggressive, look for him late to take over this game.
Setting the pick was Vedejao, and LeBron James lays it in. So there's that screen that Vedejao. 3 minutes have elapsed here in the second quarter of Game 5, and this crowd yet to be very much in this game. Here's a three-point basket by Danielle Marshall, who in the trade for Tony Battie a couple of years ago. Damon Jones, and Jones hitting the basket. A 4-point lead. That's the biggest lead for either team.
Well, Dick, remember we talked about in Cavs we trust 10-0 in bench points, Cavaliers over the Pistons, and you can just see the confidence growing. Cut through. He's telling Damon Jones to cut through so Chauncey won't be in his lap.
And there's LeBron going out, and the shot clock down to 3. And Damon Jones has to rush it and gets a 3. That's one of those broken plays where you say no, 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 yes.
And that's the wrong player to be making shots like that, because that's really going to give the Cavaliers bench even more confidence.
And the first points of the game for Billups.
Well, here's the broken play and the desperation 3 by Damon Jones. All you want to do is try to get it up on the rim. And then Chauncey Billups with a nice crossover baseline. Shove from behind with the N1.
A 3. They can't afford to lose a home game here and then go into Cleveland and maybe lose a Game 6. Here is LeBron James, one of the Eastern Conference Finals Monday. Tayshaun Prince with a runner. Danielle Marshall the rebound. Under 6.5 to play, and the Cavaliers lead 34-31. A very surprising first half, Reggie.
And the tempo, it favors Cleveland.
Ilgauskas into Danielle Marshall, and to nothing for Detroit.
Dick, I'm telling you, after the first 2 games here at the Palace, no one gave this Cavaliers team a shot. Obviously, it's still going to be a long series.
Here's Ilgauskas with a huge first start of this game and continues it. Ilgauskas now with 7 points.
Close out by LeBron.
Bluffing the 3, and then LeBron played him tight. 2 on the shot clock. And there is Rasheed Wallace at the shot clock buzzer with the...
People questioned the lack of activity for the Detroit bench and how many minutes the starters were playing. So, Reggie, the question I have, still with the bench struggling.
It almost looks like Flip has lost confidence in his bench, excluding Lindsey Hunter and Antonio McDyess.
Maurice Evans coming in off the bench, and the tip-in by Tayshaun Prince after LeBron James with the lay-in scored his 16th point. Now Rasheed Wallace picking up his 3rd foul a little while ago before the timeout on the bench. And considering the way Rasheed has started this game, that's a big problem for the Pistons. And LeBron James with point play off the foul.
Now you ask me, how did this go in? He takes 2 bumps right there, an underhand flip roll off the glass.
Cavaliers already in the penalty. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Damon Jones from outside, tipped in by Ilgauskas. The early games of this series. Chauncey Billups working his way in, and a wild layup. And here's James with Prince chasing him. Marshall blocked by Wallace, and Marshall scores after the block by Ben Wallace. Good job on James in spurts in Cleveland.
Yeah, but LeBron is smiling at him for that very reason right there.
It's strong fan for LeBron, and the biggest lead has been established by the Cavaliers. And Jones, Flip Murray on the pick and roll to Gooden. Good defense by Prince inside. Gooden knocks it out, and once again the Cavaliers beat the Pistons to the loose ball.
Wait for the last shot.
11 offensive rebounds. James back in the game, and why not, for the last possession of this first half. Already with 22 points. Pulls up for a 2-point attempt. And no basket. Rasheed Wallace playing with 3 personal fouls. And Drew Gooden defending him, and Rasheed hits the first shot.
But he can post up anyone he wants on the Cavaliers team.
Now Ilgauskas playing with 3 personal fouls with the sweeping hook shot over Ben Wallace. It's time from Prince. James is guarding Tayshaun, spinning his way, and tipped in by Wallace. Ben Wallace. So Wallace in. Ilgauskas giving Wallace the shot, but 6 on the shot clock. Now Wallace has to go to the hoop, and Ilgauskas gets a piece of it. That's his 5th block of the game.
Now that's how you play Ben Wallace. Back up and let him drive right to you.
And another air ball by LeBron, but it's picked up by Flip Murray under the hoop. But still 13 on the shot clock for the Cavaliers.
Offensive rebound has been killing the Detroit Pistons tonight.
Here is the pick and roll. Ilgauskas, the basket counts in the foul.
Giving them everything they can handle.
What an incredible story to this point. Here is Gooden working against Antonio McDyess, who came in for Rasheed and hits. So the biggest lead of the game opened up now. Billups getting a step on LeBron. Nicely done. Chauncey Billups only 5 points.
Yeah, but he looked more aggressive on that move. He looked like when he was driving in there, he was driving in there to score instead of trying to find somebody.
Here's James. And
I think really that is on the minds of the Pistons after games 3 and 4 when LeBron went on
how about
zonkers.
that? Just as you speak, Reggie, there's another 3, the first one tonight for LeBron James. 27 points for James with still a little more than 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. And Billups comes back. So Chauncey Billups. Next foul by the Cavaliers will put them in the penalty. The lead is 8. Here is Billups with a long 3. Chauncey Billups coming out strong, has 9 of his 12 points here in this 3rd quarter to cut the Cavalier lead to 5. And Mike Brown wants to talk it over. Billups. McDyess. And Tayshaun Prince with the offensive rebound in the basket. So Prince with 17 points. He was the high scorer in game 1 here at the Palace with 24 for Detroit, and they cut the lead to 4. And it's the Pistons getting the job done off the offensive boards. And the offensive foul. It's here in the 3rd. Prince has had a terrific game for the Pistons. And it goes through. 19 now. Jones, Marshall. Here goes a 3 by LeBron. Marshall converts. Now back in the game. The Cavaliers are showing some cracks in the armor. Hamilton with the jumper ties the game at 66.
With their defense, and it's been downhill ever since for the Pistons because of number 23 for the Cavaliers taking over in the 4th. Let's see if he has another one in his bag for game 5.
Donyell Marshall hits the 3 to start it out. Pistons, obviously.
Well, it's funny because he's the one guy that can really take over a game single-handedly. Really no one on the Pistons are that type of player. Maybe Chauncey Billups to a certain degree.
Pistons turn it over. Murray and Rasheed Wallace with the rebound. And they're going to call it on Rasheed. And that will be number 5 on him. And has to be separated from Kenny Mauer. Marshall with 13 off the bench. And the Cavaliers are up by 6. Coming out strong here in this 4th quarter. And the Pistons with Rasheed Wallace losing their composure somewhat. And the ball scramble, lost. Lindsey Hunter, 3 on 2, Detroit. Hunter to McDyess. Hamilton tonight scoring 15 points, but Tayshaun Prince 19 leading Detroit. Here's Billups, the bump. Basket counts and the foul.
Can't let him go baseline. You know the screen is coming over. You have to force Chauncey to the screen and let your bigs help. But when you turn your head and let them go baseline, can they respond to the relentless pressure of the Pistons?
James throws it away to Rip Hamilton. And the drive, ball knocked away. Scrambling it is Flip Murray, and the Cavaliers get it back. Here is LeBron. James.
Chance, you need every loose ball, every defensive rebound.
Look at the difference in offensive rebound as McDyess on the turnaround.
Can't settle for outside shots, LeBron. Put the pressure on the defense.
Here he goes inside to Ilgauskas, who can't handle it. Out of bounds. Pistons get it back.
And that's a great look by LeBron. Zadrunas has to catch that because he had a wide open dunk. Great no-look pass.
Playing soft on Ben Wallace. Not so on Prince. Here's McDyess. Antonio McDyess
Gets down the stretch because it's evident Eric Snow is out there for his defense, but the Pistons are going to sag off of him.
McDyess hitting the field goal. So McDyess with 8 points in the third quarter, and the Pistons came back. It has been very tight since. Here's LeBron James going to the basket, high off the glass.
Wow.
James now with 31 points. Hamilton, who has only 1 field goal in the second half, still has only 1, but an offensive rebound by Ben Wallace. Prince does not take the 3. The crowd wanted him to, and the block by Marshall, and then the foul call.
Taking 1, 2, and 3 defenders with him on this drive right here with the offhand. Ben Wallace coming over.
We approach 3.5 to go in regulation. Damon Jones, 3-point basket, and the foul. Damon Jones can make it a 4-point play.
And that's in this series. You bring in Damon Jones, who is going to spread the floor.
You said it.
Instead of Eric Snow. And right now, a chance for a 4-point play.
And Chauncey Billups with his 5th foul. So Billups has 5, and Jones misses the free throw, but Donyell Marshall clears it, and McDyess blocks Damon Jones' 3-point attempt. Billups going up and lays it in. What a reversal of fortune.
Wow, on the other end, Antonio McDyess.
Coming out of nowhere.
Not only coming out of anywhere, Rasheed Wallace on the bench. Antonio McDyess doing it at both ends.
Cavaliers by 1. Vedejao trying to get inside, but McDyess is there again. Damon Jones and Anderson Vedejao. 8 on the shot clock. Pass to Vedejao. Foul. And McDyess.
Cleveland. They're on the road.
The Tayshaun Prince, defended by Murray. Steal by LeBron James, and the foul by Billups. They show trap, and now Prince is guarding him one-on-one with 7 on the shot clock. James off the glass. Tipped by Ilgauskas, and Ben Wallace comes down with it. Lindsey Hunter defended by Damon Jones. And here is Hamilton to McDyess, ties the game. McDyess with 11 here in the fourth. 84-84. Who has hit only 2 of his last 11 shots, has forced a few.
Well, are they going to go for a quick 2-for-1 or try to get the best shot?
It's LeBron inside to Gooden. Lays it in, and the Cavaliers lead with 27.8. In for the fouled out Billups. And here's Tayshaun Prince. Gooden playing him tight with plenty of time on the shot clock, but the game clock is as important. Down to nearly 15. Tayshaun looked at the clock. Here he goes up with it. Blocked by LeBron James. Here is Lindsey Hunter. Off the mark. Loose ball into the hands of Eric Snow. And by the time it's recovered, there's only 1.9 seconds left. And the Pistons use their last 20-second timeout. Trailing by 2. Tayshaun Prince finds Hamilton. Loses it. Game over. Cavaliers win it. The Cleveland Cavaliers have won their 3rd in a row.